Okay. Well, let's have a look at this chimney. Let's start. We've given that a little bit of time to dry there. Should be getting close to being dry enough. I'm going to take some alizarin crimson, a touch of the cadmium red, mix those two together, and maybe just a touch of the yellow ochre. And what I'm going to do is start working on the chimney here. So I'm putting the yellow ochre in, and the chimney is going to, be an old red brick chimney. Run that into there. And notice this section here is in purple there. That's the shadow side. So I don't want to paint over that just at the moment. Just blocking that in there. Okay. Maybe not quite dark enough, light enough, sorry. Might just try adding in just a little the medium yellow or cadmium yellow. Yeah, it hasn't really made a lot of difference. Okay. That means I need to get that side in quite dark. So in the same mixture now I'll add in the ultramarine blue. The reason is because it's a shadow side here. I want it to be cool. Okay. Run it down the side there. Okay, it's reasonably close. Switch to a smaller brush. And I'll just get in top of the chimney here. Like so. Bit on the dark side here. And I'm just putting in just a little bit of a line there, a little bit of a shadow line, and you can put in a couple of others in parts here as well, where there might be cracks or so on. Okay. Now, what colour should we do the roof in? Put it into a light blue. I'll just experiment here. So I've got the cobalt blue and some white, and we could try that as a colour. It's going to stand out against those dark trees, and that's the key. We need a light colour to stand out against those trees. Now this is a rickety old farm house. Don't try and paint in the roof and so on perfectly, otherwise it just won't look right. Okay, it's got to look rickety. So I'm just concentrating here at the moment, and the roof comes out here. Okay, actually that's not bad colour, I don't mind that. Could be like corrugated iron that is catching a bit of sunlight, a bit of light on it. Run it down that side there. Okay, got a little bit of tinges of red in there for a bit of rust or so on. Now, we are going to have, if we do like white weatherboard, I'll pick up some white with just a touch of yellow ochre. We don't want pure white, okay? And let's just test this. I don't know, it's a little bit on the creamy side, which I think is probably what we're going to want here, rather than being pure white. Just work that in around there like so. Now that's a little bit tricky to cut in around without catching on the chimney. So if you are worried about that, you could always paint the white, you know, the weatherboard side of it in first, and do the chimney second. So I don't necessarily have to do it in the order I've done it in. Okay. So that picks up the side there. Now underneath here it's going to be darker, isn't it? Because the sun's coming from over here, so it's going to be darker in here. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the ultramarine blue and mix that in. Yeah, probably ultramarine blue, I think. Let's just try that. Okay. Yeah, so it's a bit of, there's a little bit of yellow ochre still. But I added in a bit of ultramarine blue. Got to be careful it doesn't go green, which it has a little bit, but it definitely looks darker, which is what we're after. So we'll run with this for the moment. Whoops. Stop talking for a second. Otherwise I'm going to muck up my... Okay, that's good. Let's fix that little bit up there. Okay. Now we need to have obviously in going to be a door about there. Now, see the problem there? I don't know, hopefully you can see that. I've got way too much thinner in my brush because I just cleaned it, so I'll stop that. Pick up a bit more ultramarine blue and burn umber mix to get that dark. Pardon me. Okay, and put in a window there, like so. That window wants to be a bit darker, I'm sure you can see. Okay. effort to get it a little bit darker, I've gone too dark there, so I'll just clean that up. Okay, now underneath that sort of veranda area there, definitely going to get it darker, like a dark shadow in there. And running in through there like so. Just a subtle sort of hint of it. Okay. Probably wants to be just a touch darker in there. Okay, go back to the colour of veranda. Okay, that's starting to come along. Now, one thing we need to have is a shadow on the roof. Well, we need a couple of lines actually, so let me mix up dark again, ultramarine blue and burn umber. Like so. And what we're going to find is that this chimney is going to be casting the shadow. The sun's coming from there, so the shadow is probably going to run that way. It's going to be also on that wall there, just in there. Okay. Now again, I've got that a little bit wet. Probably not quite the right shape. So I can reshape that shadow, but now that we know that it's there, I think that that's important. Get that a bit darker in there, darker in there. Putting on a bit of a shadow here because it's going to be shadow from the veranda there. So I'll just pop that in a bit. Okay, now we need to have some delineating lines as well, and I'm going to switch to my little script liner brush here. All right, we're going back to the gum tree as well. I'm just giving it all a chance to dry off a little bit, and I'm going to go into my burnt sienna. It's a little bit dried out. I'll just loosen it up a bit. So I'm getting thinner with the burnt sienna. Okay, so I've just got it on the end of the brush like so, and a little bit of the hair which will bother me. I think we just need to have ever so subtly a couple of lines here and there. just a couple of little lines like so. And with the same brush, I'll go back to the darker mix. And from this corner, bang. Lots of thinner on there, important when you do this part. Bang. Okay. So it creates that little veranda effect there that we're looking for. Okay, I think we need to put some dark over here. Oh, missed it. But actually that could work if I do the same on this side. Like so. Yeah, actually that works. Looks like we've got a bit of an overhang over here. Try that in a bit darker colour there.